The year was 1509, and the Italian wars were raging on. The great powers of Europe were fighting for control over the Italian peninsula, and one of the most significant battles of the war was about to begin. The Battle of Agnadello, also known as the Battle of Vela, was fought between the forces of the powerful Republic of Venice and those of the French King Louis XII. The battle took place near the town of Agnadello, in Lombardy. On the day of the battle, the French forces were under the command of Marshal Louis de la Tremoille, while the Venetian army was led by their commander-in-chief, Bartolomeo d'Alviano. The French army consisted of around 14,000 soldiers, while the Venetian army had a force of about 28,000 men. The Venetians had marched towards the French camp, hoping to surprise their enemy and win a decisive victory. However, they were spotted by a French reconnaissance force, and the alarm was raised. As the Venetians advanced towards the French position, the French began to move into battle formation. The French army was made up of a mix of cavalry, infantry, and artillery. The Venetians, on the other hand, had a larger number of infantry, but were lacking in cavalry and artillery. The battle began with a fierce exchange of artillery fire, as the French cannons opened up on the Venetian lines. However, the Venetians were able to close the distance and engage the French in hand-to-hand combat. The Venetian infantry had been trained in the use of the pike, a long spear-like weapon that was ideal for close combat. They were able to withstand the charge of the French knights and hold their ground against the French infantry. However, the Venetian cavalry was unable to match the speed and agility of the French mounted knights. The French were able to exploit this weakness, and soon the Venetian army was in disarray. As the battle raged on, the Venetians were forced to retreat, and the French were able to carry the day. Many Venetian soldiers were killed or captured, and the Venetian army suffered a severe blow. The Battle of Agnadello was a turning point in the Italian wars. It marked the beginning of the French conquest of Lombardy, and the fall of the Republic of Venice as a major power in Italy. The battle was also significant for its impact on Italian culture. The Venetian painter Giovanni Bellini, who had been working in Lombardy, was forced to flee the region as a result of the French victory. This contributed to the spread of Italian art and culture across Europe, as artists and intellectuals were forced to move from place to place in search of patronage. In the end, the Battle of Agnadello was a dramatic and epic clash between two great powers of Europe. It was a battle that had a profound impact on the course of the Italian wars and the development of European history as a whole. As we look back on this historic event, we are reminded of the courage and sacrifice of those who fought and died on that fateful day.